Hey now. So I am back. Real quickly, I was in Houston with my daughter. Had a great time. We went to an Astros game. Finding a hard ticket for an Astros game is like finding hen's teeth. They exist, but I could not find one. I went begging. Then I came back. Long story short, I went to a couple of the Miguel Cabrera games to see his 3,000th hit, but I was not at the actual game on Saturday. I didn't go out of protest. I could have gone. I didn't go. I said I went autographing in Lansing with the Lugnuts. That's a whole separate video about minor league autographing. But we are here today to talk about probably one of the real toughies of collecting baseball Hall of Fame autographs, and that's Raymond Brown. Raymond Brown was a Negro Leaguer. I mean, at the time, this is really interesting. Raymond Brown was considered one of the best Negro Leaguers alive. Like in 1938, the Pittsburgh Courier ran a poll of the 5 best Negro League players currently that could pitch in the major leagues and be competitive. And one of them was Raymond Brown. The other 4 were like Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, Cool Papa Bell, and Satchel Paige. So you have some like major names right there. Some really, really great players. And why it took so long for Raymond Brown to get in the Hall of Fame into 2006, I don't know. Matter of fact, if you ever read Chase of Glory, one of the pages back there, they talk about Raymond Brown. They said in 2006, this is again right before he got inducted, they said he was the greatest Negro League player that played that was still not in the Hall of Fame. Now, Raymond Brown basically, I don't have his information right in front of me. But basically, he stopped pitching in 1953. And right after he stopped pitching, he moved a short time later to Dayton, Ohio. And he like faded into obscurity. So it's a really tough autograph to obtain. As a matter of fact, when he passed away, the obituary had nothing to do, no mention of baseball whatsoever. He did not like to talk about his career, apparently, once he was out of baseball. So again, this is one of the real true rarities of the game. So, and what's also really interesting, and we're going to get to this in a second, I think this is one of 2 autographs from Ron K's Bible where I think he got it wrong. Where I think, and I'm going to show it, where I think the autograph is not real. I think it's a fake, in my opinion. So before we get to that, let's look at, yes, my autograph. And this is one of the ones I really enjoy of Ray Brown. Now, this is my autograph right here. This is, you can see right here, this is a 1946 Mexican League's photo. And with Ray, to the whole team signed it, which is really nice. And Ray Brown was on that team, and he signed it as well. He's right here. And to be honest, it's not a great autograph. It's very small, but he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's on the team. The whole team signed it. There weren't very few major leaguers on this team, or Negro Leaguers for that matter. Most of them stayed in Mexico. There's a guy named Cocaine Garcia. Isn't that a great name, Cocaine? But anyways, the reason why he's called Cocaine is like when he pitched to you, you were like, it was so fast, like you were on cocaine. It wasn't because he took cocaine, but again, I digress. This is Ray Brown's autograph. It is going straight up. This is a blow up I took of the autograph, so you could see it a little bit better here. We're going to look at a couple other ones here. Now, again, when you're looking for a Ray Brown autograph, you better have $10,000 ready to go. And you better buy something with like ironclad provenance. And we'll show why in a second here. So again, this is the heritage. You can see right here. There are about 3 Ray Brown autographs, or 4 maybe, that came out of Puerto Rico. Somehow, all the Puerto Rican player autographs, including the Josh Gibsons of the world, somehow they got out of Puerto Rico. They were saved. And you can see right here, these are beautiful autographs. I had a chance to buy one once for $7,000. I just didn't have the money at the time, to be honest. I paid a fraction of that for the one I have. So you can see right here, they're all signed Raymond L. Brown. Again, we can look through them right here. Go through another one. This is the same autograph right here. So you can see in 2013, this sold for about $18,000. And it's 1 year earlier, sold for only $7,000. So it went up a lot in value. This is another one from 2010 right here. Similar autograph. Again, Ray L. Brown, you can see right here. That's a little different. You can see the 2 punch holes here. The other one only had 1. This autograph has moved around a lot. I think this is the same autograph. This is a different one right here. This was sold on Christie's when they had a real big auction. Again, this is on the left side of the page. Other one's on the right. Again, full Raymond L. Brown. Now, something to keep in mind with Ray Brown and to look at is he always had a two-stroke in the R. And again, I would never buy a cut. I mean, you want to buy a contract. You can see the first stroke comes up right here, and the other one comes around and down. Again, the autograph I have of him is the same thing. It's just more compact. But again, right here, you can see right here, one up, one down. So as we close this, you can see this one sold for $68.75, which is actually quite a bargain. I mean, when this closed, I remember watching this auction. There were not one but two Josh Gibson autographs in this auction. Right here is, again, this is another one that Huggins and Scott sold. Again, I think we saw this one already, but again, a Raymond L. Brown, two-stroke L. This is an interesting autograph right here. This was sold in Hakes, and I knew the original buyer of this. And this is, and again, the guy who owned this is only for $2,300. That's pretty cheap. But the guy who owned this, who his name was Richard Merkin, he was one of their pioneer Negro League collectors. So I actually have two pieces from him. Raymond Brown, which is the piece you saw I showed earlier, and Willard Brown, who we'll show next, is also from the same collection. But if we blow this up right here, you can see the two-stroke R. It goes up here. It sort of merges. It's a little bit weird. Again, the autograph's cut down right here, but JSA authenticated. I still think it's good. It doesn't have a slant I would like to see, so I was very weary of even bidding in this auction. But it's a very unique piece, to say the least, right here. I don't know where it is now. I don't know who owns it. Which brings me now to this autograph right here. This is the autograph that is in Ron Kay's book. It's in black and white, but it is the same autograph. But as you can see right here, number one is it's a one-stroke R, with the exception of this going down. It's not that, we could talk about this in a second. It's not the two-stroke that you're going to see right here, which is common, which goes up, down, and then another loop-to-loop around. This starts higher. It's very shaky. And again, no one knows when this was signed. No one knows the history of this autograph. Ron says it's good in the book. I really don't think it's good. There's no provenance behind it. This was sold by a collector. It came with no COA. Ron doesn't give it a COA. I mean, you can see right here, I've seen for his post-playing days. Again, this was quote-unquote signed in his post-playing days. I don't know how anyone would even find a Ray Brown. It's a very common name, but somehow this autograph popped up. And since this autograph sold, and it sold on eBay, I've learned of a lot of very similar autographs. And it looks like there was one person, I don't want to name names, but a very well-known collector in the Negro circles was selling fake autographs. Whether or not he knew it was fake, I don't know. I was actually a victim of this person, and we'll get to that on another day. But I really think this Raymond Brown is not good. But let's go back to one more good one. This is a very famous, it's from a book called The Spiral. And this Spiral book has made its rounds around the auction circuit. Last time it came up, I think it had a minimum bid of $20,000, and it did not sell at auction. And what makes it, again, this was from an original journalist. And obviously, the big one here is right below it is the Josh Gibson. But what's interesting about this Spiral is it has not one, but two Ray Brown autographs in it. Again, you can see right here, and this one's a little choppy. I don't know the whole story of it. Usually it's more fluid. But again, you can see the one stroke down and then another stroke here with the Ray Brown. I think the other Ray Brown's pictured as well. A little tougher to see here. This is the other one. It's literally on the back side of the other Ray Brown, so it's not like you could buy the book, rip out the Ray Brown, and keep one and sell the other. It doesn't work that way. But again, you can see even from a distance here, the one stroke up, one stroke down. So, I mean, literally, that is every autograph that exists of Ray Brown. I don't know of another one. If you see a Ray Brown, for some miracle, I don't know why you would. And it's not one of those, or if it's the one in red, if you see a red no card, just like run. I don't care if it's $1. I mean, I guess if it has I know PSA won't pass it. I imagine none of the other big ones will pass it either. But again, just a really interesting autograph. I'm very proud to own one of them. I love the Negro League collection. So, and speaking of Negro Leaguers, the next person is Willard Brown. Again, another electee from the 2006 induction. Won't go too in depth with him, but another interesting story with him. Hope to get to him sometime next week. So that's about it. As always, keep collecting.